going up against the great Gonzales. Welcome to Loser's Final. Winner goes on, loser goes home. Juice will await in grands for one of these two gentlemen, but the Jersey versus Philly rivalry reignited once again.
Pasta actually utilizing the turn up with a full hop. That was really nice to circumvent the auto reticle that we see Gonzales pretty much, I don't want to say start out every time, but it's a very nice option for Palatena to start out with that. But Gonzales answering in earnest and almost evening it up. Taking control of the stage yet again, much like last round, not bouncing on stage, so he didn't get stage spike. But back airs will still keep Gonzales in complete control of the stage.
Yeah, and both of these characters having aerials that do quite well against one another in terms of providing knockback, in terms of providing those stock takes. BlazingPasta looking to land maybe one or two here. The back throw, however, that is one of the more brutal kill throws in the game. He follows that up with the forward air. As mentioned prior from BlazingPasta, that neutral air is such a good little keep out move, so versatile, so many uses, and you best believe the great Gonzales, he remembers that there's an up air as well. I mean, how did you just give Palatena a Rose's up air?
It's a dang shame. The reticle, Parasol cuts through it. Very nice job from Pasta, recognizing that he was either going to side B or neutral B. But still will not save him from the ledge option. Gonzales is up 3-1, but at 114, all Pasta needs is a really well-placed forward air, and he will be right to sort of even things up. He still has a lot to work with, but again, turn-up combos and the hover cancel could let Pasta do just that.
And it was a back air that wound up taking the stock, so you were within an acceptable margin of error, Mini.
Yeah, no, fair there. We're close. They're both good options for Peach. So
now is, oh my!
That shield pressure, insane with that up or down air.
This is a bit of a tough proposition for BlazingPasta, perhaps not able to negotiate this Palatena matchup nearly as easily as he would like. And then the counter is another thing that he has to worry about.
The thing is, you're right in that, but he doesn't want to do it all too often because Pasta can make up that distance with that hover very, very cleanly, or just throw out a turn-up if he times the counter right, or activates the turn-up, then moves in. So Gonzales has to use that very sparingly to keep Pasta on his toes and maybe get the accidental counter takeout that he's looking for.
Gonzales will be forced to approach the stage as the platforms take their leave in the city. Going back to the town, it's Omega for just a little bit in the down throw. Combo starter, and yeah, that neutral air can be a combo finisher as well. And it looks like it will be a game finisher as well. The great Gonzales on a roll. And he will go up here in this Loser's Final set.
Yeah, really amazing stuff. Again, just the coverage, not even using the specials that Palutanas are wont to do off the side, resorting to the aerial attacks. Just really nice coverage. And also just recognizing that Pasta is starting to go for more low recoveries because he's wanting to dodge that auto reticle, wanting to dodge that explosive flame. Even though it's getting into the late hours here, early for some people, but, you know, still getting there. Both of these players are still on their toes hopping into this next round.
And Kalos will be the destination for game number 2. Palatena and Peach. I'm not really sure how this matchup looks on paper. I'm sure that someone will let me know, but up airs, a series of them from the great Gonzales, puts him at an early advantage at 61% right now. BlazingPasta is going to have to recalculate here, and indeed he does.
Tries to find his way in, but again, respecting what Palu can do, spacing it out, and trying to get something going with turn-up.
Very quick reflexes on the reflection, and indeed the counter right after that. Back air.
Just, yeah, following Peach in the air after those string of aerials come out, and he's just tracking his DI, and or just his movement in the air, rather. And just tracking him down with the bear. Gonzales taking charge, but Pasta about to do the same as he's just pressuring Gonzales, hopping up in the air, trying to find his way in. He does so with Nair finally, and more of the same. Gonzales edge guard coming in.
Forward air. Back air not connecting as well. It will be the Nair that gives BlazingPasta stage control. How long he can maintain it is the question. The Great Gonzales is not one to have people on his stage, and he will be made to pay. Foolish mortal, how dare you lay your feet on my ground? There's an explosive flame for your troubles.
Yeah, what is a king to a god, or a queen to the god in this matter? Or queen to the goddess. Wow, I flubbed that up both times. But yeah, even so, again, 147 sitting, and he does not look at disadvantage at all, even though Pasta's taking control here. Finally gets him with the Nair, making it 2-2. But Pasta's still struggling to find a little bit of grounding here. Does so. Very nice string, 41 damage. But again, respecting what Palutena can do after the fact, and knowing when to reset neutral.
Back air. Great Gonzales off stage, but they do not stay there for long. Trading blows. It's almost as if advantage and disadvantage. At least when they're above the stage, this does not matter. They will keep on fighting, trading hitboxes at their leisure. And now, BlazingPasta trying to even things up in terms of damage on the board. And take the advantage in terms of stocks, perhaps. That get back auto reticle been the Great Gonzales' best friend in this game, number 2.
And it does give him the stage control, but snakes in with the side B. Pasta gets a grab out of it and reverses the situation yet again. Backs off because he knew the get back explosive flame was coming out, but that does give Gonzales a little bit of breathing room to get back. Although he is hopping in the air, he does eventually give up main stage control. Bow shielding, got look out for a grab there. Pasta's 1-4, but a fair comes out. And there it is yet again.
And again, yeah, you're right. That explosive flame, and the crowd going wild for Palutena. Not really sure what's happening outside. However, Peach going golfing for that last stock, and indeed he will claim it. Wow. So we are about even. In fact, we are even for this last stock of game number 2.
Hovering away, he didn't want to be stuck on platform, especially with Palutena in the Nair and up air. But again, the Nair will not provide coverage for that long way back air hover from Pasta. And again, that puts Gonzales in advantageous position.
I mean, it's so hard to SDI out of that Palutena Nair. It's so ridiculous. SDI not exactly the tool that it was in Smash 4. That, or I'm just really bad at it. Worse than usual. Down throw.
It's probably Pasta knows what he's doing, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of the hover dare to fair confirm that he's known for and Peach is known for. That could be confirmed damage, but there probably is some other reason why he's not using it all that often. But
it's being above Palutena, generally speaking, is not a winning proposition.
That too. Yeah, you sort of have to get a string off of it from probably a turn up into grab, essentially. Oh, just stuck out.
Oh my, the Great Gonzales might be called for goaltending on that stuff. And just like that, he goes up 2-0.
Oh my gosh. Just the stuff out, just so immediate, and then just the earnest effort that you see the Peach try to get back to stage. It's so disheartening for the character, at least. But Pasta definitely known to be one to bounce back in the face of great odds here. So do not count him out just yet, and we'll see if the stage pick will provide any sort of semblance for a possible turnaround for Pasta here.
BlazingPasta is not the easiest player in the world to tilt, so he might just cooler heads could very well prevail. I mean, his tag is a cool guy, so there's something to be said about that. Will this, in fact, be the final destination for his tournament hopes? Or will he live to fight another day in the face of the Goddess of Light? That Peach's final stand might very well take place here. It'll happen in game number 3. So the reverse 3-0 will be the divine mandate here, mini-boss. And he starts off strong, but that's only 16% damage.
And already that shield pressure, he had to drop shield or risk a shield break. And already Pasta looking much, much better in this third round.
Relying on the grabs just a little bit. The great Gonzales says no 0 to death for you, and hey, how else do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So,
well, first you need a chainsaw if you're going to do that.
well,
yeah, it's a little gruesome, but I mean, how else are you going to chop that guy up?
I mean, Palutina's Nair might do it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh my!
Up tilt. Oh my gosh.
No, hey, you know what? You need some sort of anti-air. Tagged with the turn-up.
Speaking of anti-airs, I mean, did Logic come back to throw out a Pikmin in that turn-up?
It looked like that thing might have had a little bit of a purple tint. I'm not really sure, but either way, that Princess Peach declaring it a no-fly zone, and on Pasta, he ain't done yet.
Oh, yeah, just a non-option. Going for a hard read, but the hover will provide safety from that. Down so coming in to keep it there instead for these very approaching high percentages.
Yeah, down tilt, good combo starter. Obviously not going to get a lot off of it just because so many of Peach's moves provide such knockback. I mean, Peach can be an absolute KO machine, but oh, the great Gonzales not letting that happen to himself again.
Not twice.
However, the Peach Bomber, goodness gracious, good shot there, kid.
Oh, and the conversion off that was a very nice string. Turn up into grab, down throw, and then reading the DI to get the bear in the end.
And it makes you wonder what exactly the great Gonzales banned in order to get rid of the platforms, because just like that, I mean, Gonz, it seems like relying on the platforms in order for the landings to even be possible for Princess Peach, and able to pile on the damage from there. However, he does secure the kill, so there's only a full stock advantage right now for BlazingPasta. However, it really does make you wonder how the great Gonzales makes this happen on FD in particular.
I mean, just the fact that it's you. Can't get words out.
Turn up in one hand, crown in the other. BlazingPasta. He might not be done yet, mini boss.
Well, no, he has definitely shown. He took a huge, amazing control of those early percentages on that first stock and just kept rolling with it. It did degrade a little bit towards the end, but Pasta definitely has found new life going into round 4. Going back to the whole going on Final D and not having any platforms, we will see the Town and City pick, so we'll be a little sparse in terms of when those platforms roll in. But just the coverage, I was talking about this before with OnGuard. I think that pressuring on platform with Palutena is good, but not covering the entire platform. She can pressure with air and up air really nicely, but compared to other characters, it's a little too closed off to cover the entirety of the platform and get the guaranteed shield pressure or hit, whatever you're looking for there. And Pasta is resorting to low recoveries usually, either by fastfall or just by him being knocked away at mid-range compared to the stage. And right now, Pasta just actually utilizing the platforms as Gonzales would have. Almost, wow! Oh my God! Getting the setup and the Saturn as a reward! Yes, a Saturn too! Oh my God!
Ironically enough, perhaps some divine intervention. And now it's that Mr. Saturn being used by the great Gonzales. There's a Mr. Saturn on the field, folks.
Not the stretcher that we normally see, even from Smash 4 days, but a stretcher out nonetheless. That was an amazing awareness from Pasta to utilize the movement of the platform to carry off that either back air or fair in the end. I was still shocked in the moment that I didn't realize what it was. But again, just Pasta taking control. Even though a counter hit just came out, gave Gonzales breathing room, Pasta has adapted really, really well in this do-or-die situation for his tournament life.
This is the time where he about wants to strike. However, the great Gonzales keeping his composure in the face of no platforms to shark on, and well, now he has a little bit of help towards him, and he might score the kill with the back air, and indeed he does. But that is a lot of damage to be racked up. Thanks to the help of one Mr. Saturn.
OG Saturn. You're a boy.
Absolutely. I do feel a little sad every time I see Mr. Saturn just kind of float off.
Yeah, you should have like
get thrown on the stage.
Kind of a
Yeah, off of the stage.
Doppler effect, yeah.
Maybe it's me sad. I like Mr. Saturn.
Actually getting the call out from the side B. Very nice job from Pasta yet again. And just the weight and the patience calling out that nair, realizing it would take. And now the tables have turned. We might see a game 5 in only this losers finals. This is insane, the way that Pasta has been bringing this back.
Yeah, that neutral air on the backhand of Peach named Pasta. And looking for the hard read with the S-smash. The great Gonzales, I wouldn't say he's coming unglued by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe just getting a little antsy. BlazingPasta tends to have that effect on people.
I mean, Peach, yeah, she's known to get those combos starting at early percent and then carrying it through with the aerials. So Gonzales does have to get a little cheeky in terms of trying to find the stop clean and maybe eventually tying things back up.
Gonzales, however, has come through 2 separate times with those late percentage counters.
Going in, wow, air dodge to the stage. Platform's coming in to save Gonzales there, but again, neutral air, I believe, kept him up. Gonzales answers with a fair in earnest edge guard situation. Just gonna let him get back and risk the bear, and he does get it. 97%. Going to be very difficult. That's a really pretty big hill to climb. But if anyone can do it, it is Gonzales. Oh, maybe not!
Go ahead, man!
The divine mandate coming in for BlazingPasta yet again. Game 5, saving this king's life. You cannot coup de grace this king. You cannot coup d'etat this king at all. Or queen, oh my gosh, respect the gender, here we go. All right, game 5.
Indeed, but it may very well be a coup d'etat or the coup de grace coming from BlazingPasta, and it will happen at Town and City. So game 5 between these two worthy combatants with Juice waiting in grand finals, and Juice having shaken the proverbial monkey off of his back by beating the great Gonzales in winners final last night at codename Bears 181 in Apero. But Juice and BlazingPasta's just looking for his revenge right now after losing, I believe it was 3-1 in winners final.
3-0.
No, that's right,
Okay.
3-0. And I mean, can you blame me for thinking it was 3-1? It's usually so competitive between those two.
No, yeah. I agree with that.
However, this could be BlazingPasta garnering momentum if the great Gonzales is not careful. I mean, what was the switch that turned on in the mind of the great of BlazingPasta? Because it looked like the great Gonzales' victory could have been a foregone conclusion if you were just watching games 1 and 2. But clearly something changed, and great Gonzales trying to change something now with that forward air. But what allowed BlazingPasta back into this set?
I really think it's just the respect of the short hop and either fair or bear of Palutena, really. Peach is known to rush in to get those combos needed, but if she rushes in half-heartedly or half-mindedly, she will be eating just like, not even a full hit off those up airs, but damage nonetheless. You really have to respect what Palutena can do off of a whiff of any sort of attack move-in. And I believe that's what's Pasta doing right now. He's respecting the zone that Palutena can put out and capitalizing off of that in earnest.
BlazingPasta been doing so well, and again, that divine mandate coming down. Ironic how she hits that on the goddess, but he's gonna have to think about his getup and measure it out.
So far, we see here. Bless you. Okay. Looking here, Gonzales taking control. He is on top of Peach, and a back throw will be able to make this 1-2. Pasta on final stock and on life support here.
He is down indeed to his final stock, and now it's going to have to take 2 straight stocks from one of New Jersey's finest players.
And rushed down into 67, and he had to escape with the wild option of counter.
That forward air comes out so quickly from Palutena, and he could be in trouble. He does not like to let opponents land, or she does not, does Palutena. Of course, the great Gonzales, stage control, a very big part of his game, especially if it's playing as the Goddess of Light. So now is BlazingPasta looking for an opportune moment. I mean, you gotta think he's hoping for a stitch here, but you can't really have your hopes rely on something.
Yeah, you cannot rely on something like that. You really have to trust in your own capabilities and not something so as random as that. Gets stuffed out, but yeah, it's just going to provide a little bit of stuff. 5! Oh, only 4 times.
BlazingPasta! Ridiculous.
It all adds up, and right now that is what Pasta needs. He needs to get as much damage as possible going into the assured KO. Assured KO coming out for Gonzales, and he will be going on to face Juice again in grand finals.
Too bad for you.
Too bad. Oh my gosh. Palutena with the sass.
I mean, she's a pretty sassy guy.